Mm-mm-mm. Let's see, this even working? Oh snap! Yeah, it is. Hmm. What's going on? What's going on? I'm just testing out this new live stream feature, so I'm gonna do a brief Q&A. Yeah, what's going on? How you doing? All right, so right now I'm testing out this new thing where I'm streaming on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube simultaneously. So I mean, I'm trying to see if like the comments are gonna pop up here, but I don't see them. I mean, whatever. So I'm gonna stick to the Instagram comment section for now. All right, somebody said, "Did you get your cardio in?" Yes, I did. I definitely got my cardio in. I was on the Stairmaster this morning. I did a whole hour. Let's see. I'm just trying to test out and see if I'm actually live on Facebook too. Oh yeah, that's me right there. That's me on Facebook. All right, so let's get to some of these questions. Now, everybody, if you ask a question, try your best to be as specific as possible. Okay. So my question for you guys is, what are you struggling with fitness wise? So what is your fitness goal, and what is the biggest thing you're struggling with? Somebody said the best supplements for water retention. If you just look up diuretics, you can find something for that. Somebody said the best and simplest content on IG. I appreciate you. Thank you. Brand says, is 3 times a week working out good enough? Yes, 3 times a week is definitely good enough. Will asks, what time do you lift? I lift in the morning. So I lift around like 10 a.m. Somebody said they're 6'9", 225 pounds. Is that good? I don't know. It could be. Life with Uchi. I think I said that right. I have been following you, and you say cardio and protein. Yeah. I say other stuff too, but yeah. Jalil says chest. What do you mean chest? Once again, you got to be specific. So if you asking for like chest exercises, if you asking how to grow a chest, you got to be specific. Somebody said putting my shoes on and getting out there. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, quick question. How does the mic sound to everybody? How does the mic sound? What is your thoughts on cold plunge therapy? So I used to take a cold shower every morning, and it was cool. I think like cold exposure is good for the body. I don't do it now, so it's definitely not necessary, but I used to do that. Brand says, how much time should I work out my chest a week? Once or twice. If you're really trying to grow it, I would say twice. So I would have a day where I was lifting heavy on my chest. Then the second day, it would be like lighter, and we would do more reps and sets. So it'd be more volume that second time. Can I gain muscle without lifting? Not really. If you get your protein up, that alone, if eating enough protein, it does increase your muscle mass a little bit, but you're not going to gain like noticeable amounts of muscle without doing some form of strength training. So you don't necessarily have to lift weights, but you should be doing something. Purpose driven kid. I lift at 1 a.m. I don't like working out with a bunch of people. I feel you. Me neither. I like to get in and get out. Sometimes I feel talkative, but for the most part, I like to get in and out. Somebody said fine, so I'm guessing the audio sounds good. Okay, good. Were you for real 260? Yes, I was. Royalty Lock says I was jogging daily. The storm hit. I started jumping rope, then went to Hawaii, came home and struggling to get back to my routine. Okay, so for anybody out there, right? If you're about to go on vacation, my biggest piece of advice for you is to do your best to try to stay on somewhat of a routine. So if you're not going to be doing an hour-long workout on vacation, at least try to do 20 minutes, do something. Because if you do a little bit every day, you never have to get back on track. Now, Royalty Locks, when it comes to you getting back to your routine, right? A lot of people think that, and this goes for everybody, whenever you take a break, when it's time to get back on your routine, a lot of us think we got to get back to where we were and we should be doing exactly what we were doing before. That's not the case. Think about how you started the first time. You were taking baby steps. Okay, so you take baby steps, you start small, and then you gradually build your way back up. And then, boom, you start with 15 minutes. And before you know it, you're doing what you were doing before you went on vacation. I hope that helps. Somebody said the best carb for fat loss. I don't think that there is a best carb for fat loss. I just think overall, you should eat carbs in moderation. Don't eat a lot of it. So on your plate, your whole plate shouldn't be just full of rice. It should be like a small serving of rice. But you know what? I will say this. I think potatoes and sweet potatoes are maybe two of like the top 2 carb options. But you can definitely do rice and quinoa as well. It doesn't matter what carb source you pick. Just make sure you do it in moderation. All right. Okay, Life with Uchi says, if you can't work out 3 times a week, can 10K steps a day suffice? What home workouts do you suggest? Lastly, if I am not losing weight, what do I do again after following all these steps? Okay, so let's break this down. If you can't work out 3 times a week, can 10K steps a day suffice? Now, when it comes to you burning calories and just being physically active, yeah, 10K steps is good. Like if you can't get to the gym and you can't do cardio, then you doing 10K steps a day is good in replacement of the cardio. Now, if you can't get to the gym and lift weights, or if you can't do any strength training at home, 10K steps is not in the same realm. They're both good. You should be definitely walking, but 10K steps a day does not take away from the fact that you should be doing some form of strength training. One is going to be good for you building muscle, which is going to be good for the way you look in your figure. The other one is good for like burning calories and keeping your heart and lungs healthy. So they're 2 separate things. Now, you should be doing some form of strength training at least 3 days a week. And this is where we get into the at-home workouts. And I suggest that you just stick to the basics. If you're a beginner, you could do squats only. It's like squats and lunges for your legs. So on Monday, if you're going to be doing legs, just do squats and lunges. You can do it for like 10 to 15 minutes. You don't got to get fancy. You don't have to do a specific amount of reps or sets. You could, but if you don't know what you're doing, just keep it simple. For your upper body, you can do kneeling push-ups if you can't do regular push-ups. For your core, keep it simple. Do planks and sit-ups. And then once you start doing it, you're going to naturally create some sort of routine for yourself. Now, if you want a routine already made, you can look through my videos. They got plenty of other people on Instagram that make content about it. Or you can, like I have an app. You can go in there and get some workouts to do. And your final question is, if I am not losing weight, what do I do again after following all these steps? So for anybody in here, right, if you're trying to lose weight and you're not losing weight, the first thing you got to ask yourself is, okay, number one, am I eating correctly? Chances are if you're not losing weight, your diet is not strict enough. You got to tighten up with your diet. All right. Number two, after you tighten up, you fix your diet, you can increase your physical activity. So make sure you actually are hitting 10K steps a day. And if you're doing that, you try to do a little bit more. That's really it. It's really diet and just movement, but diet is most important. Certified Mel said workout split. I mean, there are a million different workout splits you can do. I'll tell you the one that I'm doing now. Next thing, I'll tell you the one I was just doing. On Monday, I was doing legs. So I was doing squats, lunges, and the leg press. On Tuesday, it was upper body. So it was bench press. It was pull-ups. It was bicep curls, tricep extensions, and lateral raises. So it was full upper body in one day. On Wednesday, I just did my cardio, so it was a rest day. On Thursday, I did legs again. I would do Bulgarian split squats, kettlebell swings, and hip thrusts. And then on Friday, I would do upper body again. So it would be the same thing. It'd be bench press, pull-ups, bicep curls, tricep extensions, and lateral raises. And that was it. It was 4 days a week, and that was good for me. Let's see. Brand says, is Monday and Wednesday a good time? It's a good time apart to do chest. Monday and Wednesday is a little bit too close together. I'd recommend that you do Monday and Thursday. You know, it makes sense because if you really hit your chest hard or any muscle group hard, if you hit a muscle group on Monday, giving it like 2 days to recover is a good enough amount of time, especially if you're in the gym and you're lifting intensely. How do you create effective? I don't know what that means. Thanksgiving coming up. What's the healthiest tips to avoid overeating and choosing healthier foods? All right, so you know what? Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. So everybody, you know, we know Thanksgiving is coming up. How do we stop ourselves from overeating? Oh man. I mean, it's pretty simple. Just don't overeat. You know, don't buy into the thought that you gotta have like 3 different plates of food. You know what I'm saying? Just do one and be good with it. And when it comes to choosing the healthier food options, just make sure that you have access to the healthier food options. So if you're cooking or if your family's cooking, on your plate, just put, you know, some of the lean protein, like put the turkey, put the vegetables. Now, when it comes to the carbs and the fats, like mac and cheese or the mashed potatoes or the rice, you can put that on your plate, but just make sure you have more of the meat and vegetables on your plate first. You can even do some sweets too, but just make sure you eat the protein, the vegetables, a little bit of the carbs, and then you save the sweets for last, and you just don't go crazy with it. Go into Thanksgiving with a plan. Say, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just eat 2 plates of food, and I'm gonna have just like a small plate of dessert. Now, if you really, if it was me, I could care less about holidays. I guess I'm spending time with my family. That's all I care about. So I would just stick to my meal plan as is, honestly. Or if I did want to have some mac and cheese, I would have chicken breast, some mixed veggies, and a little bit of mac and cheese. But I like, you know, you be as strict as you need to be, as you can be on yourself. If you don't really care for it, then, you know, be strict. Somebody said, can I get an attractive chest while not necessarily having a shredded 6-pack? I just want nice arms, nice legs, and a nice buff chest. Can I still tone up but not necessarily focusing on losing my belly? No, you cannot tone up, because when you say tone, you mean like literally lose body fat so that you look more toned. Like if you look at, like, let's say somebody's arms, right? For them, when you say like they have toned arms, what you mean is they have reduced the amount of body fat on their arms. So when you want a toned body, whether it's chest, arms, or whatever, you have to lose weight. So you have to focus on losing body fat. Now, you could build muscle, so you should definitely be lifting weights to build muscle, but yeah, you got to lose body fat and build muscle. Somebody said cardio 6 week. I don't know what that means. What could be a good weekly routine for women to get lean and toned? So I would definitely say making sure you're doing some cardio every day. So depending on how much weight you got to lose, I would say an hour a day. You know, walk on the treadmill, get on the Stairmaster. You can split it up: 30 on the treadmill, 30 minutes on the Stairmaster. But even more importantly than that is your diet. Okay, cut out all the processed snacks, replace that with fruit or other healthy snack options. You know what's healthy, like fruit, Greek yogurt, things that just seem healthy. You know, we don't even got to overthink that. And when it comes to the food, no more fast food for lunch and dinner. Instead, you're going to make your own food. So get some protein that you cook. That could be chicken, steak, fish, whatever protein you want to cook. Make some vegetables on your plate, and then you add some rice and some sweet potato. If you just switch from eating processed stuff and stuff that's greasy to eating home cooked meals that has protein, vegetables, and some carbs, like that alone will have you losing weight. Okay. Always forward. Somebody to respect to you too. I appreciate you. Any tips for anyone trying to do competition while working out at home? Yeah, you get a coach, because you need to be in the upper echelon. But that's too vague of a question for me to answer on this. Let's see. Oh, Pat is in here. What's going on, Pat? I'm gonna check your DM that you sent out in a second. Chris the Ghost. Fat burners, do they work while exercising? So fat burners do work, but what they do is they're stimulants. So they into what stimulants do, like it's basically like super hyped up coffee. They make you move more, so they hype you up, and at the same time, they decrease your appetite. So if you take a fat burner, you're gonna be moving a lot more, and you're not gonna have that big of an appetite because you hyped up on the stimulant, which results in you burning more calories and eating less calories, and that's how they assist with fat loss. How much reps you do pre a workout? I don't know what that means. What incline level is best for the treadmill to walk for an hour? Whatever you can handle. I would at least try to start at 10, maybe speed 2.5, and see if you can handle that. If you can't handle it, then you slowly take it down to a point that you can handle. If you can't handle it and it's easy, you put the incline up. Like when I first started doing cardio, when I started doing cardio, let's say like 2 months ago, because I took a little break from it, I was stuck on like incline 12 doing speed 2.8. Now I'm incline 15 speed 3.5 because my body adapted to it and it got easier. So as you get better, you bump it up. If it's too hard, you just turn it down a little bit. I am Mark Hawthorne says, wait until later in the day to eat, small eating windows. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of like intermittent fasting, and intermittent fasting is good for helping people be in a calorie deficit because if you have a smaller eating window, then you naturally are going to be in a calorie deficit. As opposed to like, let's say you have two people. One person first thing in the morning, they eat breakfast, right? They go to like the deli and they get bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel. That's like 500 calories, maybe 600 calories right there. As opposed to the person who doesn't eat until 1 o'clock. They did not eat the calories from that bagel. They didn't snack on anything in between. So it just intermittent fasting, it helps you be in a calorie deficit because you just have a shorter amount of time that you can eat. JOT says, I'm 203. My maintenance is 2,700 calories. How many calories should I consume to make muscle but not gain too much weight? I'm not looking to bulk. So if you're trying to do a lean bulk, right, which is what it sounds like, you want to eat at your calorie maintenance, or you want to eat like 200 calories more than your calorie maintenance. So you want to start off with a small surplus. If that works for you and you're staying lean, then you can try adding on another 100 calories to your surplus. Now, for you to know how many calories to eat exactly, go on Google, type in calorie calculator, you put in your information, and it's going to tell you what your maintenance calories is. Everybody in here could do that. And then if you want to do a lean bulk, you either eat your maintenance or you eat 200 calories more than your maintenance. Okay, but you stay within that range. Royalty Lock says, do you even look at the pies? Yeah, I do sometimes. Tesla says, I'm 5'7", 212 pounds. Is 1,400 calories good to lose weight, or should I drop to 1,200? Or the online calculator say something different? I think that you should pick a number and then just stick with it, right? And just see if you're progressing. So you could try 1,400 calories first. And if you're losing weight consistently, you stay there. If you're not losing, or if you want to lose a little bit quicker, you can drop it down to 1,200. So you being 212, you have a little bit of body fat to lose. So you'll be fine with either one of those numbers. Just make sure you're getting in enough protein. So the key is for you to be eating between 1,200 and 1,400 calories while still getting in around 140 to 150 grams of protein. All right. Hope that makes sense. Oh, somebody said merch soon, please. I got a question for everybody in here. If I was to drop merch, what kind of merch would y'all want to see? What would y'all want to see if I was to drop some merch? Oh, snap. Yeah, okay. So everybody that's on, you know what, people, look, I'm on YouTube Live too. So all the people that's on the YouTube Live, I am on live. Like, this is a live video, but I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and I'm looking at the Instagram chat right now. But everybody, comment below. What kind of merch would you want me to drop? Somebody said, I'm a huge breakfast person. Like, I eat 4 eggs a day. Am I eating too many eggs? Also, what's the best breakfast eating habit to lose weight? Like, can it be 11 p.m. and I'll be eating breakfast? Okay, like it can be 11 p.m. and I'll be eating breakfast. Okay, so you're not eating breakfast at 11 p.m. You're just eating foods that are typically labeled as breakfast foods at 11 p.m. But eating 4 eggs a day is fine, especially if the rest of what you're eating throughout the day is good. But eating 4 eggs for breakfast is definitely fine. And the best breakfast eating habit to lose weight, I would say, is you want to make sure you're getting like 40 to 60 grams of protein for breakfast. It's a lot of protein, but that'll definitely help you when it comes to losing body fat and building muscle. So your breakfast, it's ideal if it could be some sort of like meat with some vegetables. So it can be an egg white omelet, some steak, and some veggies in the omelet. That's a great breakfast option. It could be egg white omelet with some chicken breast. That's a good option. You know, things like that. Protein shakes are also good. Greek yogurt is also good. You can do Greek yogurt with fruit. The worst breakfast habits is to eat stuff that's like full of sugar. So things like cereal, things like waffles with syrup or pancakes with syrup, French toast with a bunch of syrup. Stuff like that is terrible. But on the contrary, if you do like protein pancakes or protein French toast, stuff like that is a lot better. It's still not as good as, like, let's say a protein shake or the Greek yogurt or like the egg whites and steak, but that's a better option. So if you do like sweets for breakfast, look into making protein pancakes or look into making protein waffles. And if you're going to use syrup, use sugar-free syrup. Is weight loss possible with just doing cardio and no weightlifting? Yes. So to everybody in here, you can lose weight. You can easily lose weight without weightlifting. All you have to do is get your diet right and do your cardio, and you'll be fine. You'll definitely lose weight. The problem is you will lose some muscle too. So if you want to keep your muscle while you lose the weight, you want to at least try to strength train. Even if you just do 1 day a week where you do a full body workout, that's better than nothing. So you can do squats, push-ups, and some assisted pull-ups. And that 1 day a week workout will at least help minimize the amount of muscle that you lose while you're losing weight. All right. So you don't got to do too much. At least try to get in at least 1 day a week. All right. Okay. Your boy Ruthless. I'm 500 pounds, can barely walk half a mile. Should I focus on cardio or weights? I would say you should focus on diet and cardio. Now, try to do forms of cardio that you can handle. Okay, so for everybody in here who is on the heavier side, if you can't do things like, walking or getting on the Stairmaster, possibly look into using the bike. Also, you can go on YouTube and you can look up like chair cardio routines that you can do for like 30 minutes to an hour. Try to have fun with it. But the most important thing is you want to be consistent. So if you're going to do, let's say, 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day or 1 hour a day, whatever you do, just try your best to be consistent with it. Somebody said, is beating your emoji bad for your muscles? I don't know. Oh, okay. Somebody said t-shirts. They want shirts. Okay. If you go on my page, right, and you look through the apparel, do me a favor, like take a screenshot and send me a DM of the shirts, like designs that you like the most, or send me a DM and tell me what kind of shirts I should make. Or you could comment that right here and I'll see it. But I do got to go in like 5 minutes. Oh, somebody said tanks, tank tops, leggings, hoodies. Oh, wow. Let me get that next question. How much cardio is too much? I currently run around 10 miles per week. I get above 10K steps in a day with my job. So you are probably good with the cardio. I think that's fine what you're doing. You don't have to do any more than that. For now, if you're trying to lose weight, focus on your diet for the rest of it, okay? Yeah, everybody actually send me a DM what kind of apparel you want to see next. Okay, DM me. Don't just comment it here, because when this live is over, I'm not going to see it. And all the people that are on Facebook, send me a message. Or the people that are on YouTube, dang, how could you get in contact with me? Comment on like one of my videos, or follow me on Instagram and send me a DM what kind of apparel you want to see next. And what do y'all think about this, right? Like, what if I was to do like pre-orders, like pre-order hoodies or pre-order shirts? What do y'all think of that? Okay, next question is, I used to weigh 130 kg in June, and now I weigh 106 kg. Is this too soon to lose that much weight? This is also fasting from 12 to 8 p.m. Okay, so the way that question was written was a little confusing. So you lost, let's say, I'm going to call it 50 pounds. You lost 50 pounds from June till now. So let's say that is June, July, August, September. So you lost 50 pounds in 4 months. No, that's not. That's like a little bit over 10 pounds a month. That's perfectly safe. You're fine. And the fact that you did that fasting, good. Now just continue to do what you were doing until you get to your desired weight. And then what I recommend is, you don't want to just completely stop doing what you were doing. You want to slowly just start eating more calories. You want to make slow changes, because most people, and everybody here, listen to this. Most people, when they reach their goal weight, if they just stop all the habits and all the lifestyle changes that they did to lose the weight, and they go back to doing what they were doing before, they start gaining all the weight back, all the weight back. What you want to do is, you want to slowly start eating a little bit more. You want to slowly start doing a little bit less calories. Burning a little bit less calories during your cardio, but you want to always be doing at least something. Okay, always be doing at least something. So if you were doing an hour of cardio to lose the weight, when it's not time for you to lose weight anymore, you want to do 30 minutes of cardio a day instead of an hour. If you were doing only half a cup of rice before, when you just want to maintain your weight, now you can do 1 cup of rice. Do you need to track calories if you eat chicken and vegetables for your meals? Nah. The reason why I'm always saying chicken breast and veggies, and the reason why I only eat chicken breast and veggies for the most part when I'm trying to lose weight quick, is because I know for a fact that you're going to be in a calorie deficit if you're eating chicken breast and veggies. You're definitely going to be in a calorie deficit. And you're definitely going to be getting in a ton of protein. That's why I recommend it. Now, I recommend that if you don't know how to track calories, you should definitely spend at least a week or 2 tracking your calories. This way, you will always know how to do it. Now, at first, it's going to be confusing, but just like with anything, like this is literally my first time, streaming on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time. But just like with anything, when you track your calories, that first day is going to be confusing, but you're going to gradually understand it. And at the end of 2 weeks, you're going to know exactly what you're doing. So everybody in here that does not know how to track their calories, what I want you to do right now, this is your assignment. I want you to download an app called MyFitnessPal. It's MyFitnessPal. And I want you to practice tracking all the calories that you eat for the next 2 weeks. Once you do that, you don't got to do it anymore. But at least you'll have that skill. I want to build muscle. Can I stop cardio for a while? I think I'm getting too skinny. You should reduce your cardio. You don't have to stop it completely. But one, make sure you are getting in enough protein, okay? So if you weigh 160 pounds, try to get in at least 160 grams of protein a day. And make sure, you're lifting weights too. Also, if it is your goal to build muscle instead of losing body fat, your priority should be lifting weights. So when you go to the gym, when you first get in there, you want to spend most of your energy with the weightlifting. So you should lift weights first. Do your workout first. And then you do your cardio at the end. Steph Sean says, I feel like reaching the protein goals is unattainable and it's overwhelming. Yes, so it can be difficult. So one of the things that everybody in here can do to make reaching their protein goals a lot easier is to start drinking 1 or 2 protein shakes a day. If you make a protein shake that has 2 scoops of protein powder in it, that protein shake will have about 50 grams of protein in it. And if you do 2 of those, you are easily getting in 100 grams of protein right then and there. Now, you just have to fill up the rest with the food that you eat. So imagine if you're doing 2 protein shakes a day, and then even with just one of your meals, if you're doing 8 ounces of chicken breast with some vegetables, and even if you have pasta with that, you're already at like 160 grams of protein. Now you only need 40 grams more if your goal is 200 grams of protein a day. So to make it simple, the advice that I would give everybody in here to get more protein in is to do at least 1 or 2 protein shakes a day. And at least with one of your meals, try to do like 7 to 8 ounces of either chicken breast or lean ground beef with at least one of your meals. Okay. Somebody said, what's your thoughts on juicing? I think drinking, like fruit and vegetable juices are very healthy, and it will help you get in a lot more nutrients. Now, if you're talking about just juicing instead of eating food, period, I wouldn't recommend it. I would juice and try to eat a healthy diet. Like I would try to eat lean proteins, I would try to eat vegetables, and I would try to eat, like my healthy carbs, like sweet potato or like potato or quinoa or rice. The reason why is because you want to get the nutrients from the juicing, and you also want to get the fiber and the protein from the real food. You want to get the best of both worlds. Instead of eating the Oreos, instead of eating the cake, instead of drinking the milkshakes, I would definitely replace that stuff with juicing. But I wouldn't replace like real whole food like meals with juicing. Is frozen fruits okay? Yes, it is. Frozen fruits are definitely fine. All right, so look, everybody, do me a favor. I'm about to get off of this because I got to go real quick. Send me a DM if you have any more questions. But I have a crazy discount for my fitness app. It's literally like $10 for the year. So go take advantage of that right now. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it like that for, but it's $10 for the year. So hop on that joint right now. Okay. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Yeah, and when it comes to the apparel, send me a DM and let me know what you guys are interested in. All right. And let me know how you feel about me doing the pre-orders, but DM me that. I love you guys and God bless you all. Thank you for rocking out with me. I'm going this.